Okay, welcome back. It's been probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks since put out any new content. I'm joined by Kryptos and Jaral, but I think Jaral is just here sort of in spirit. I don't think he's actively on the voice chat, but how are you doing, Kryptos?
Yeah, I think he's preoccupied, but I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing okay, we it's a Friday night, and the ebbs and flows of the Gata Storm server were such that we just decided to cover some of these games because it seemed like everything was winding down for the night, even though I think there were sufficient people to get a game going, but for whatever reason, the coordination wasn't there. So here we are covering some videos, some games that happened April 29th, 2023. I think that these were games that happened just some random weeknight. Um, yeah, as you can see, the first game is Capture the Flag on S4. Should we just jump into it?
Sure. Yeah, S4 definitely. Well, usually interesting games. Uh, yeah, interesting. I'll just leave it at interesting.
Yeah, one thing you'll notice is that the server is neutral. If when that's the case, I don't think the the host is in this list of players. So I'm guessing maybe Spy was the host. Do you remember who it was?
It was most likely it was John God or Spy. I
Oh,
have
well,
a feeling it was probably John God though.
okay, well John God's in the list.
Hmm.
So if it's server is neutral, I don't think it was his host, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find
Well,
out later. All right, so
John God's not on any team. Am I right?
he is the team captain, in fact.
Oh, okay. Good call.
Okay, so anyway, we have Inquisitor, Kryptos, Fenster, Rickless Morty, and Scratch against John God, Overdose, Rage, Ether, Dake, and Mr. Teriyaki. This is S4, so but it's two teams,
Game
and
on.
the two starts are actually in the pretty much the opposite places that you would expect from a normal S2 game. So this is going to be inherently kind of a disadvantageous position for John God's team. However, if you'll notice, John God's team does have one more player, so that might sort of balance itself out. Who knows? But yeah, what do you think of these teams, Kryptos?
Well, position wise, personally, I would prefer to be in the northeast uh, plains position versus the swamps. Um, you know, just take advantage more of the South Hill, control the plains. There's more territory you can kind of control. But yeah, back to the original thing. I think Spy is the host. But yeah,
Okay.
let's see what happens.
Well, we see Kryptos very hot to trot, almost making his way to the S2 North Hill start. Scratch, meanwhile, going to the South Hill. Overdose was perhaps a little bit hasty. I don't know what everyone else is doing back here. The only other person accompanying, or I guess Rage and Mr. Teriyaki are here. But yeah, I think John God's team is a little bit slow on the draw there. We'll have to keep watch on this crypto soldier who's content with just picking up grenades instead of attacking John God's team, I guess.
Kind of be covert for a little bit, I suppose. The
We
one drawback to the northeast position, I think, flag, just you can just look at it. I mean, they could be rushed.
we see an RPG barrage, and this is going to be an all-out assault.
Not looking good.
Flag
It
contested.
might be over that
Flag
Yeah,
captured.
and
fast. Wow. Yep.
Okay, that was a quick game. I'm not sure who was on that flag there, but they definitely were not paying attention. Overdose with support from Mr. Teriyaki were able to swipe that flag relatively quickly. It looked like Inquisitor's team sort of just went all in on this South Hill and left a really sort of meager defense, which allowed John God's team to just run right in there. Furthermore, there didn't seem to be much of any planes, planes force to speak of, which
Yeah.
allowed us to get in so quickly.
Yep.
What do you think of that?
I definitely think there should have been a middle force at the least, just as a defense. For some reason, the majority of Inquisitor's team decided to go South Hill, which is, it, somebody should go that way, but it would have been good to have somebody kind of mid.
Yeah, man. I liked you going west and Scratch going south because I think you two are sort of the better players. But as far as Rickless Morty and Fenster, I have no idea where they went. I guess they went to the South Hill, but yeah, I think maybe they should have spread out a little more and covered a little more ground, especially because when compared to the swamps, holding this Plains Ridge is really an advantageous position that went completely undefended. So, I mean, it looks like
Yep.
you killed somebody. You got 5 damage, one
Yeah.
kill. So I'm guessing it was whoever that was.
Yeah, I think I got a Zook on someone, and I started working my way working my way down there south, but it came to it didn't matter in the end. It was a good push. It's just a failure on defense, simply.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean,
Team eliminated.
that almost shouldn't even qualify as a game. That was just a little
I know,
2 minute warm
right?
up.
Anyone watching, this is not how it usually goes, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it usually doesn't go S4 either, so it was just kind of a freak accident, I guess. Okay, it looks like, yeah, so it probably was Spy's host. Maybe he had a phone call or something. But now it looks like he is back in the mix. And Rickless Morty, I guess, decided to be the captain. If you're unaware, if you're not following this, what seems to be a dying tournament, which is why I'm happy it's wrapping up soon. But Rickless Morty and Mr. Teriyaki were teamed together, so it kind of makes sense that they're teaming now, even though it is an S2 game. So I guess we'll let that slide. And I think we're also seeing the appearance of Dake and Ether for the first time, at least in. Yeah, I don't think. Oh, Ether was there last game, but oh, and Dake was there too. I guess it was such a quick game. I forgot to mention who was there and who wasn't. But yeah, let's check this one out. This is finally S2. We're getting
Oh,
a
this looks like, just from first impression, looks like a hopefully a better quality game.
yeah. I mean, we have Team Rickless Morty with John God, Inquisitor, Kryptos, Mr. Teriyaki, and Spy against Scratch, Dake, Ether, Overdose, Fenster, and Rage. So, what do you think of these teams?
Game on.
Like, mm, I have to lean more towards the Reckless Morty, even though they've got Overdose, Fenster, Rate. I mean, Scratch, yeah, Scratch got those cannons. You know how he is. He's got those cannons.
Yeah,
He's
we
got
see
skill.
Scratch shooting the very top of the cannon and not exploding any of the RPGs. That's actually kind of difficult, I would say. Normally in these small soldier games, someone with a cannon will pop off these RPGs in an effort to take up more of a defensive position, so there's less ammo on the hill there. But yeah, Scratch hitting the center of the flag and not setting any of them off. Very impressive. Anyway, we were seeing Spy. We were seeing Spy and Kryptos in the plains. Overdose is going to the plains, which is very different from the Calvin and Hobbes finals tournament, where I was actually sent to the swamps every single game. I'm just gonna, die on that hill. But it looks like Overdose is going to be vastly outnumbered. Everyone seems to have gone to the middle instead of the plains, and now I'm getting surrounded here. We also see Dake with 3 guys in the swamps. Some support from Fenster and Ether.
Yeah, it'd be good if Fenster really got more position-wise. I think he put more pressure.
Oh, but Fenster seems to have lost a guy.
This is still in the Kikobi play. Looks like Spy's mitts are damaged.
Yeah, we are seeing a very aggressive push here from Dake. He's going after the flag. He's throwing grenades and RPGs and the kitchen sink, it seems like. Is he going to get one of these guys, Mr. Teriyaki? And now he's kind of in an unenviable position. Oh, he takes an RPG to the face. These guys are still in zombie mode, it looks like. Meanwhile, I must have lost a guy. Let's see what happens here. Dake does not have any grenades. He doesn't really have anything he can throw. He should really be in retreat mode here.
I know I have 2 units. I'm using one on him.
Yeah, well, it looks like you guys won the plains battle, but you're not really secure in it. I think this offensive by Dake might have forced you guys to pull back some of your guys, but now that he's gone, you guys are starting to repopulate the plains.
Yeah, definitely distracted me because I have 1, 2, sometimes 3.
Oh, nice cannon shot there from Scratch. And who's the cannon? Inquisitor almost with a kill on Ether.
Looks like he takes that unit.
Yeah, I mean, he has the most kills on the team. Some, I guess Rage or Ether should be sparing him. A lot of action in the center. Nice RPG there. This is a very dangerous position because this hill is just so tempting to lob RPGs at, as well as cannon fire.
I'm just thinking our cannon should be all Recon cannon should be all over.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Inquisitor's firing at. We see Kryptos and Spy kind of hovering around.
Always dangerous when Scratch has the cannon and he's watching the planes like it, and I'm thinking, all right, locked on.
Yeah, I mean, Scratch, he definitely knows how to play with that cannon. He does seem to be repositioning now, so that's why he's not really, okay, yeah, he's firing again.
Who is that?
Sorry, what'd you say?
I see two soldiers kind of retreating from the planes.
That's Spy.
All right,
Oh,
so spy's still in there.
yeah, Mr. Teriyaki. Is this you with the zombie? No, that's Spy. We see Overdose here with a zombie. And this middle area seems to be where all the action is. This plains has been completely quiet. Ever since that initial battle, the swamps is completely quiet. They're just fighting in the middle.
I might be doing a little gameplay for me.
Oh, there's another kill from Scratch.
Who is that middle?
That's John God. You. Oh, this guy's getting lucky. Rage. He should have been killed. Alright, well, we see a 65%, 50% Rickless Morty's team with a 3-soldier advantage here.
Go.
Well, we see Overdose here with a hero move against Kryptos. Let's see if Kryptos notices. And he blows himself up.
Flag captured.
And then I guess Overdose is going to close out that game. While everyone was distracted fighting in the middle. It seemed like Rickless Morty's team was going to make a push. You see 2 of his soldiers right there. Yeah, it looked like they were going to make a push here. But
Good timing. Yeah, definitely good timing.
yeah, I mean, I guess escaped with one there. But we see Spy, 24 damage, 6 kills, 0 losses. That probably stings that he put in so much effort only to fall a bit short. Inquisitor unfortunately wasn't able to connect with any of those cannon shots. However, I think Scratch got a couple kills, so that's sort of par for the course. We also saw Rage in this middle area. It was very risky of him to just sort of camp on this hill right here, but nobody seemed to fire any RPG barrages or cannon fire to get rid of Rage, so that allowed him to do a pretty solid amount of damage. Any other comments?
Oh, just traditionally, kind sort of an old school. I don't know how much it applies today, but an old school rule was whoever the captain was would watch the flag. Clearly, that wasn't the case in this game.
Yeah, well, I mean, this. I think this was before we knew that Rickless Morty was actually Trent Reznor from the legendary 82nd clan, probably amongst others as well. So if you're talking about old school rules, these are rules that Trent Reznor should be familiar with. But yes, as evidenced, he.
He asked, "Is someone watching D?"
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, he definitely should have been. He should have been the one watching D, but unfortunately, that's not how it went.
Nope, that was a good move, strategic. Yeah.
Team eliminated.
Strategic, good move.
Game over.
On your part, over.
Yeah, I mean, my strategy is usually when I get annihilated in the plains, then I'll sneak a guy in the swamps because I have nothing better to do. So it works out sometimes.
When you don't have backup,
Yep. All right, so this is a rematch. I assume that Spy, perhaps a bit frustrated, he might have jump-started this game. It's really frustrating when you get 6 kills, no losses. You do an immense amount of damage, and then someone wins in a cheesy way. But yeah, let's see if Spy is able to maybe turn the tables and make up for that embarrassing loss in the previous game. And it just so happens that Spy is the captain with Overdose, Fenster, Inquisitor, Scratch, and Kryptos versus John God, Dake, Ether, Rage, Mr. Teriyaki, and Rickless Morty. Another 6-on-6 game. I have to say that these teams look pretty stacked. What do you think?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, yikes. Yeah, hopefully
Game
I don't know.
on.
Sometimes my moves have been wrong, but I'm gonna bet on the pink team this time. Spy and y- some people don't like being captain. IB would actually one of them. How do you feel about being captain in these S2 games?
I mean, I'm a huge advocate of the free market, and I believe that everybody has an innate desire to win the game, and I trust that they have enough intelligence to make appropriate adjustments to optimally try and win the game per team. And therefore, I'm more of a, adjust as necessary, because I think that World War II is all about, realizing the situation, making tactical adjustments, and that sort of thing. And therefore, any kind of plan, whether it's a three-pronged attack, whether it's all go planes or whatever, um, you know, that plan falls apart within the first couple of minutes, and it's up. The skill really comes out when you start seeing people make adjustments, and therefore, I don't think the captain really matters. It only matters in the sense that they have to watch the flag, and so they're effectively taken out of the game. But yeah, I mean, I firmly believe that people should just be autonomous, and so
Yes,
um,
I actually completely agree. Um, when it comes to World War II, the captain, S2 especially, I really, people
oh, nice shot there from Inquisitor. Dake seemed to be
should,
asleep at the wheel there, and he's able to hit one of them on the head. Great job on his part.
yeah, his units are just sitting.
Yeah, Inquisitor showing, even though it was a stationary target, I mean, some of those guys are still hard to hit sometimes, and so to see someone like Inquisitor, someone else just died, maybe Mr. Teriyaki with a nice RPG, but to see someone like Inquisitor, who we play with often, usually only plays a few games at a time, and I believe he's in Australia, so his hours are a bit funky, but it's always fun to play a few games with him. Meanwhile, we see John God missing the Zook. Looks like he's going to get gunned down there by Fenster, and see Spy and Mr. Teriyaki at the suicide, or well, I guess, yeah.
If Spy knew either way, he got that covered.
Now we see Dake again. We saw this last game with a offensive rush, except he only has 2 soldiers instead of 3. Of course, he only has 2 because of that great shot from Inquisitor. Yeah, so unlike last game, or I guess 2 games ago, it was last game. We see barely any action in the middle, and actually, there's a plains fight, there's a swamps fight. The fighting seems to be a lot more spread out. We have Inquisitor coming from behind here, Spy attacking from the front, the cannons firing. Dake is not in a great position right here. He's going to get destroyed. So that battle's over. Overdose must have ended this battle here in the plains. And now Fenster's moving up. one thing I like about Fenster is that he's plenty aggressive. You'll never see him doing any funky flanks or anything like that. He always goes straight at the enemy, as exemplified here. He's just going right up the gut to varying degrees of success. It looks like he should be backing off here because he's on the verge of getting surrounded.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to make a way. A little difficulty with the mud, but yeah, he realized that let me take a last shot before I go out. But yeah, so at this point, 60-70%.
Yep, it's very close. But despite it being close, you could see that John God's team is in a very defensive position. I mean, you could also argue Spy as well, but at least Spy's team has a couple of units in attack position, even though there's only 2 who are actively fighting, which is you and I, Kryptos. Who's going to die first? Oh, yeah, I'm going to die first. I died before I even finished that sentence, I think, but... And we also see Inquisitor doing a deep flank. We'll see what happens there. And yeah, we're forced to back off. Again, look at all these zombies here. I don't know.
Yeah,
what the deal
crazy.
is.
I mean, I know 2 of those are at least mine, probably. But yeah, if other people would like units, I'd spare them out. Like, I'd like to see more offense, in other words.
Yeah, Inquisitor could have had a couple of kills if he popped that RPG pile. There were 2 people on there. Is he auto? Oh, he could have zooked that. Maybe that sort of S2 experience, or lack thereof, might be shown a bit. I think he definitely could have killed at least one guy with a zook there, or if he zooked these 2 RPGs, he could have killed probably both of those guys, but unfortunately didn't work out. And again, this all defensive formation seems to be working, because now the percentages are equal. We see Overdose with a guy in the middle, and I think I'm going to get the heck out of there.
I would think you're probably scouting for the count bit.
I don't think I am, because the cannon is actually way back here. I think if the cannon were more in this position, it would have made sense, but...
I think Scratch crowd.
Who? Oh, I guess...
So now you've got the cannon.
Oh, well, isn't that something? I guess I'm just firing at some big empty area. I'm just taking random... I'm basically just playing Battleship at that point, just firing in random directions, hoping to hit something. But one interesting thing that we're seeing, though, is an offensive force from John God's team. In fact, there are more offensive players than defensive players, which allows you to creep around the back and, excluding your soldier, it's actually Spy's team that is all defense. So that's an interesting turn of events. Perhaps John God's team is getting a little too aggressive.
Yeah, there should definitely be a strong defense for sure. I mean, these guys should be stopped. Hopefully I'm in here somewhere.
Yeah, well, we see Spy controlling 2 of these units. Almost RPGing himself. Fenster. Yeah, this is your guy right here, fighting Rickless Morty.
Difficult position for the king. He doesn't really have to.
Yeah, well, let's see if Overdose can force some angles here. maybe he's gonna get one. He gets a headshot there. Now he's going for this guy. Oh, yeah. I mean, all you have to do is just mention bad angles for the cannon, and then, you know, I'm able to deliver. This Kryptos guy in the back still unnoticed. You know, perhaps. Oh, that was a beautiful zook there from Spy. I didn't even know that angle existed.
Yeah, that's pretty unique. You don't see that often.
And we see a Kryptos grenade. Is he going to get this guy? Yes, he does. All right, so that was a failed attack from John God's team. And I think now John God's team is forced to play all defense. We see 35%, which means with a cannon of 20%, there's only 3 guys left. Let's see if Kryptos. Let's see if you're able to see all 3 of these guys, and you give the all D signal.
Yes, let's see.
I mean, you should be able to see all 3 of them from there. I don't know if maybe not this guy.
Yeah, not sure about that one, but the others, yeah, I there's at least 2.
John God saying, keep an eye mid, but don't cross line. So I guess he really wants to be all defense, as does Spy's team, because we're not really doing anything either. So
5 minutes
bit of a standoff with 5 minutes left.
I mean, in hindsight, just looking at the way things are, I would want Spy's team to go offense.
Yeah, I mean, but
one flag, but
I mean, you know, Spy lost in such an embarrassing manner last game from an overdose flag swipe. Not to mention the first game where he was the cannon just blew up. Not to mention the first game where I took the flag in 2 minutes or something. So I think Spy might be abundantly cautious about potential flag steals, which is why we were on defense for so long. Oh, what an amazing shot there from, I mean, Overdose is just on fire.
yeah.
I mean, who is this Scratch guy? Just give Overdose the cannons. But, yeah, Spy, Fenster, Kryptos, it's 3-on-1. It looks like Rage might be just walking off the flag, yeah, and that is going to do it. So, yeah, Mr. Terry.
Back and forth there. It went kind of both ways during that game.
Yeah, there was definitely some back and forth. You know, we both said that Spy's team was a bit stacked, and you know, despite Spy's team winning, it was a lot closer, I think, than what one would typically expect. So, you know, even though it was a losing effort, John God's team played quite well. I really don't know what happened with this cannon. I don't think, because I only have 3 kills, so the cannon must have died from somebody else. Not sure what happened to it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
We do see Mr. Teriyaki with -1 damage, so maybe there was some kind of accident there. I don't know what happened. But yeah, that was that.
I really
Team
interesting
eliminated.
that
Game.
yeah, the Scratch crashing and you ending up with the cannon might have been a deciding factor there, considering he got at least three kills from that cannon. So that's a big deal.
Yeah, and you know, maybe if you wanna translate that to the 2 versus 2 tournament, perhaps if Scratch crashed during some of our games, or you know, some of my match games, then we would have had more wins had I just taken control of both the units, you know, and Scratch, you know, ran into computer problems. That might have also benefited our team, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. So Oh well.
Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity. Well, I started watching some of those uh, finals, but I haven't finished. I, yeah, I had other things going on, so I guess other people showed up. I think Karma, did he show up for those finals games?
Which finals games?
The two team, uh, like two team finals.
Um, I mean, I could look really quick. It's this one, I think. Yeah, Karma was on our team.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I missed. All I know is that I missed some finals games, and I don't know which ones they were.
Oh, okay. Well, these were the finals games for the tournament that happened. What, a month? Yeah, like 6 weeks ago. And then there
Okay.
was the maybe the patrol. I don't think Karma showed up for the patrol. And then the free for all is still yet to be played because we're waiting for your partner in crime, Xenophone, to show up and poke his head out of the woodwork.
Oh,
But maybe we'll just cancel.
honestly, I don't see. Um, I don't know where he is. I have no means of contacting him, so I don't really expect him to show up. Honestly.
Okay, well maybe we'll just play those free for all games on a random Thursday or something, just to get it over with. Because I want to put that
Yeah.
in the book, or I want to put that in the books and get it over with. But anyway, I think that was the third game, right? So let's just jump into this. This is game 4. We got Scratch, Overdose, Mr. Teriyaki, John God Rage, and Kryptos versus Team Dake with Ether, Summer, Fenster, Reckless Morty, Das Geist, and Spy. So it is a 6-on-7 game with Dake having a one-person advantage, and I believe that one person might be Summer. Well, actually, no, Das Geist also joined, so
Game on.
maybe someone left. I don't know. But
Well, it's interesting. Interesting teams. Uh, you have some unpredictable characters on both sides. So it's really, in my opinion, kind of hard to say one team is, you know, more stacked than the other. So, what are your thoughts?
yeah, I mean, I would say that all else equal, you know, had the previous 3 games not happened, then I think the teams would be pretty fair. But I'll be honest, I haven't lost any games yet, so I would like to say that my team's the favorite, but I mean, who knows? I mean, sometimes things go wrong for whatever reason, and other times you'll win 10 games in a row by some magic, and it's just the myth gods doing their thing. It seemed like momentum is on my side right now, so I gotta back myself this time.
I mean, I do like Scratch being the captain. He most likely has the cannon, and so he'll be a little bit more focused on the flag area and targeting the planes and
Yeah, we see you, me, Summer, Summer with 3 people, and Reckless Morty here with another one. Oh, Overdose with a headshot. Oh, Overdose with a grenade there.
it's saving eyes behind for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Overdose with 3 kills already. He is going on a rampage. But it looks like might lose a guy soon. there are explosions everywhere. Now the plains is getting surrounded by Ether, Fenster, Das Geest, and Rickless Morty. I think Scratch's team needs to back up here. Overdose saying we are surrounded. So. And now we're actually fighting back here.
I hope that's me in the top right corner.
I mean, you're the only one crazy enough who would be behind people. So yeah, that was definitely you.
Yeah, I want to get, that angle.
Yeah, well, Dusk East is now surrounded. Oh, is that a friendly? Oh, almost a friendly fire. Oh, look, we got Spy.
Oh,
Flag
God.
captured.
We got Spy just walking in there.
Yikes.
Walking in there, and you mentioned
All that effort.
you mentioned how you really liked having Scratch as the captain, and perhaps it was ill timing because under his watch, Spy was able. I mean, these are unscathed, perfect health. I don't, they both have their RPG, so that means they didn't even fire any kind of weapons whatsoever, and they just took the flag. So yeah, I mean, Scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
knows?
I'll say back, back in the day, it used to be like you would hear so much crap if that happened back in several years ago. If you were the captain and that happened, yeah, you'd get a lot of backlash from your team. Like, hey, you didn't even give us warning. You just let them take the flag. Thered be a lot of negative feedback. But nowadays, things are just a little more relaxed and maybe too relaxed, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe Scratch is relaxing too much, but we talked about how in game 2, Spy had, 20 something damage, 6 kills, 0 losses, and then I stole the flag from him. In this game, I was sort of running rampant over in the plains, 4 kills, 19 damage, and then Spy returns the favor by actually stealing the flag. And I think we were favorites in that game, so he actually did pull out some hero maneuvers, just like how, when I was on that team in the second, or when I was on what I believe to have been the underdog in the second game, was able to swipe the flag, ruining Spy's day. So maybe, Spy and I are just meant to ruin each other's day, and that's why we're such great friends.
Team
But yeah, great job on his part, walking in there, taking the flag.
Yeah.
All right, this is now we're getting into the good stuff. This is now
Oh,
Urban Recon Carnage. Let's see what happens here. Alright, so we have the blue team with Ether, Overdose, Fenster, Summer, Dusk East, Rickless Morty, and Spy against Team Mr. Teriyaki with Dake, Scratch, John God, Rage, Kryptos, and Point, who is making his debut for the day. Welcome to Point, and it is a 7-on-7 game, so 14 people on a random Thursday or Friday night. These games do still happen outside of Sundays. So I encourage anybody out there, keep your eyes on Gata Storms, check in every now and then, because a game might be popping off, and if so, we would love to have you join us. But what do you think of these teams, Kryptos?
well, I just wanted to add on to what you just said. I mean, even today, we had a
Game
random
on.
people preoccupied. Could have been even bigger games. Rather random for a Friday afternoon. But yeah, these teams. It's,
I mean, we see you getting quite aggressive.
yeah,
You're shooting some houses.
Trying to get the angle working.
Yeah, those missiles aren't doing much. And it looks like you are under attack here. And you're gonna go down.
It's disgusting. Okay. We didn't see that.
Yeah. Shoot a bunch of houses and then die. Yeah, that's not good. But it happens to the best of us. We see Summer with a chopper, Spy with a chopper, Rickless Morty with a chopper for Team Ether, Mr. Teriyaki, and Kryptos with a second chopper with a chopper.
I better do something with this thing.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. But for now, there is some tank battle going on between John God and Overdose. They both seem.
How do you feel about using a tank and control and also versus a chopper?
Well, versus the chopper, there's not much of, it's not much of a fight. I mean, the tank does have the gun, which does a little bit of damage, but in general, the tank is kind of a sitting duck, and so, yeah, I mean, you usually, if you're a tank and you see a chopper, you usually want to go the other way. Meanwhile, we see Summer just shooting some of these mercenaries. If he's not careful, he's gonna die.
Yeah, Summer. I don't think he has too much experience with choppers.
Yeah, we do see this tank here from Fenster just rolling around enemy territory. But this Kryptos tank might have something to say about that.
Oh,
And now Kryptos' tank is out of mana.
yes, I'm thinking, come on.
Okay, there he goes. So I think it is... Okay, 2 choppers for Mr. Teriyaki's team. And... Oh, that's a tank. Okay, so Summer's... Oh, Spy's chopper. Where did Summer's chopper go? Did he die?
Summer's at 7%, so I think he did.
Okay, well we see Spy taking out that turret. Yeah, maybe Summer died. I don't know, but... And now people are still shooting the turret, it looks like. Okay, so these rocket guys are actually gonna... They can do significant damage to the tank if they connect, but it looks like Spy's gonna roll in there. That tank's gonna die.
Yeah, Spy definitely took those out of the picture. I think he should have declipped the ground, but whoops.
Yeah, he made a mistake there, but maybe, just the act of his chopper being there is forcing those rocket guys to retreat. So he's, even if he's not killing those guys, he's still controlling the narrative, which is what you want as the chopper. Things have actually kind of slowed down a bit. We see 54% to 58% somewhere in the mix. Who was our captain? Oh, Ether. Ether dropped. Not really sure why. Maybe he had a bad connection. Maybe he was angry. Who knows? But Fenster's going to eat a cannonball right there. Maybe he's going to eat a second one. Oh, instead he's going to throw a grenade. Will this do the job? No, probably needs one more grenade. Nice dodge there to avoid the, whatever that stuff is. The giant attack.
Kill. Yeah, I do appreciate Dexter's like that.
Yeah, I've never seen Fenster flank. He always just goes straight up the middle, and it's always. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's benefits to it. It's a risky thing to do. At the same time, it's a distraction to the team, and it gives the rest of your team opportunities to operate.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, this might be a chopper battle. Spy does not have any mana. You do have plenty of mana. You got a hit on Spy. Oh, he gets a hit on you. You're both red. Oh, you're gonna get him. But you are in desperate need of health.
Am I gonna make it? I'm like, I gotta get out of here before a merc hits me one time.
Yeah, I mean you're pretty. You're gonna need that heal. We see a overdose soldier walking.
Yeah, what are you doing over there?
I'm from San Diego. I like the beach. What can I say? But
Right.
we see some Mr. Teriyaki rocket guys trying to kill some of these mercenaries. Yeah, I can't stress enough how dangerous these rocket guys are, especially in the late game when there's really just like tanks around and plenty of mercenaries. Their rockets do a lot of damage. But as I say that, they're both going to get blasted by my mercenary pack here.
I'm trying to make up for my earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how you have so much respect that you actually get 2 choppers in a Carnage game. That's almost unheard of.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often. But look at the percentage. What it's totally tied right now.
It is. But it looks like...
Our captain doesn't even have percentage.
Yeah, I think... yeah. Spy's team going after these cannons, I think. Just trying to pepper the hill with as much explosive stuff as possible. There's really a whole bunch of mercenaries, but the biggest threat, of course, is your chopper there, which has 28 kills. A lot of kills there. Meanwhile, we see a lone rage guy right there.
Yeah, this is where the cannons and the rocket guys, and of course the chopper. This is where all, these are the game changing.
Oh, John God almost ate a cannonball. But yes, I definitely agree with what you just said. The cannons and the rocket guys, very important. Overdose taking care of a couple of mercs. I'm gonna get shot at. Oh, it looks like you blow yourself up. Oh, and it looks like Overdose is gonna take out your chopper.
That's a rough way to go out. Like hitting a tree and hurting you so much. Just hurts inside.
Yeah, I mean, happens to the best of us, but yeah, that is an interesting, sort of non-realistic aspect of this map, because presumably a chopper would fly at least several hundred feet up in the air, and so shooting a missile from that elevation shouldn't be much of an issue. But instead, I guess, based off these proportions, the chopper is more like 20 feet off the ground. So hitting trees actually does do a lot of self-harm. So meanwhile, we see Overdose sneak in here with a rocket soldier.
Interesting.
I think this might have been the person who was underwater in that beach area.
Aqua Rocket Man. Okay.
Yeah, Aqua Rocket Man. But we're also seeing Das Geist with this interesting. Oh, this rocket guy is gonna get blasted, and we'll see if Mr. Teriyaki can do any killing here.
These
Meanwhile,
percentages just keep staying the same. Okay, they changed a bit, but yeah.
yeah, and keep in mind that the turret is really like what 5 or 6%. So it really is more like 10 to 8%, excluding that turret. I think I'm just launching missiles at the hill here.
5 minutes.
It doesn't look good right now with Mr. Teriyaki flying.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look good. However, keep in mind that turret is 5%. It seems so. It is 8. It really is 8% to 7%, and I think all of the machinery has been destroyed. So it's really just soldiers and my rocket guy firing at AFK soldiers.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah. This Mr. Teriyaki soldier. So perhaps Mr. Teriyaki owned these 3 soldiers here, but he was so focused on this guy that he didn't see those rockets back at his flag, which, as team captain, he really shouldn't have been out here in the first place. Oh, nice shot there. We see. Oh, this is Kryptos and Overdose.
Is this a soldier? Oh, what was that?
I don't know what you were doing, man. That was...
I think I picked up a heavy machine gun artifact or something. I'm not sure.
I think you were. I think you were trying to zook, and
Eliminated.
maybe it had a heal instead, and that's why you healed yourself. I don't know, but that's that. Yeah, I mean, Kryptos, you actually got the most damage in the game, which is kind of a surprise considering how that first chopper went. But the second one did get 28 kills, so I guess that more than made up for it. Spy with 293 damage, very, very close as well. So
Yeah, Spy definitely did do well. I was paying attention to where he was at, and he definitely pulled through and did his part on their team for sure.
yeah, and there was this very, very exciting chopper showdown between your chopper and his, and both of you guys were super red and took you guys to the limit. It was a nail biter.
Game over.
Yeah, I got lucky. There wasn't just one enemy merc shooting at me. Probably would have taken me down. So
Yeah, well, it was a great performance, even though you guys fell a bit short at the end. But okay, here we go. Okay, so this is, I guess, people might have left after this game, or at least a couple of people might have left, which is why we're scaling it down to Platoon. This is, of course, the 5 soldiers versus 5 soldiers variant of Recon Deluxe. Let's get into this game. Alright, so we have Rickless Morty, John God, Mr. Teriyaki, Summer and Spy versus Dusky, Dake, Scratch, Overdose, and Kryptos. So, yeah, I mean, I would say that our team, I think, has the edge in this game. But of course, Spy is the host, so can't really count him out either.
especially recently, Reckless Morty. I think he changed his name to Trent Reznor or whatever. Um, he kind of plays like Spy. He's kind of got kind of the same technical skills and games gameplay style. He that guy. He will. I appreciate his gameplay. I don't underestimate him because he'll fight till the end. I like that. So he'll take two people out um, in a two team game if it's one versus two, and he's already damaged. Don't underestimate if he has RPG. He'll take one out and then kill the other or some shots and stabs.
Yeah, and he also likes to abandon his teammates, but maybe that's just kind of his style. A very sort of Hobbes type player, but definite joy to have, and I'm glad he found his way back after all these years.
I don't know what is Kryptos doing. What?
I don't know. You're engaging four people. That's what it looks like.
And I'm thinking, oh, yeah,
I think your chain of thought was, I'll occupy the attention of multiple people while these four guys swoop in and, you know, put together a little offense. But I don't think these four guys got the memo, and so you were really just kind of dancing out there with no real production.
yeah. I think I changed my mind. Is there any action going on in the plains? Everyone just sitting in South Hill?
Yeah, there does seem to be this new game where, oh, that was a great RPG there. Was that me? Yeah, that was Overdosed sending an airmail to Mr. Teriyaki there. But yeah, I mean, usually when there's multiple people attacking a flanker, that's the signal for the core group of soldiers to get a little more aggressive. But I guess we didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't feel too good about it.
Oh, no, you get. There you go, Rickless Morty with the beautiful RPG there.
Guy. That's what I was talking about. That guy, Zooks. He is good as Zooks. That is something to watch out for.
Yeah, I'm surprised because usually when you compliment somebody, that person does something terrible, and so for you to compliment Rickless Morty and for him to then lay down that beautiful Zook, I think it's kind of rare actually. But now Das Geest's team is in a really bad position because there's two people in the South Hill, but actually these two Summer and John God are completely disengaging themselves. Had they come through to the plains and surrounded these three soldiers, it would have been really difficult for them to survive. But as it stands now, again, these guys are just mucking around. If Das Geest's team gets more aggressive towards these three, just like what you're saying here, I'd push South Hill now. Then I think Rickless Morty's team will be in trouble.
Yeah, now that I'm more familiar with Trent, I'll call him, Rick Morty in these games, he was definitely a threat. So, well, like there was one game I told him he was laughing. He was the only one left. This is today we're playing. I told him, you got it. And that wasn't a joke. You're gonna take both these guys out. Took them both out.
Yeah, I'd let him kill me. Don't worry about that. We're not going to cover those games.
Okay. Yikes.
This is big sort of turn of events here. I was expecting our team to win.
Well, I kind of was a little too aggressive.
Team
tonight.
eliminated.
Yeah, but to your credit, though, I mean, I think you did what you set out to do, but there was no real capitulation from our side. I think you know, when there were 4 of Rickless Morty's teammates here and you were here, that was our signal for our 4 guys to take this area, but it didn't materialize either through lack of awareness or lack of communication or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think that Rickless Morty's team was definitely the underdog in this situation, and so you know, to see them pull it out, it you know, it's a testament to the skill of these guys. So it was good stuff.
Yes, I'll say if there were a defensive position I'd want to be in, it would probably be where Rickless Morty was, on that south hill. It's there's so many Zook opportunities there, and from a defensive position, it's one of the best that you can be. So I'll give him, yeah, that might have been a factor of it, but credit to.
I mean, you don't.
And taking me out early doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great shot, and you know, you don't get into a prestigious World War II order like 82nd without knowing the recon terrain. You know, if you don't know all of the good angles, then you know, you back in 1999, you never would have been invited to those orders. So, you know, it's just like riding a bike for him. He knows all the angles, and he was able to lead his team to victory.
And I love it. I'm so glad that I've really enjoyed him playing even today. Just you know, I love seeing good gameplay. And
Yeah, I mean, I was working. That's why I played so bad. And you know, that one game where it was me and someone else against him, and he killed us both. I let him win because I knew that we were going to talk about him later on tonight, and you know, I just wanted you to have a little more content, you know, for you to help prop him up a bit. So it was all planned out. But anyway, I think it's the last game for tonight. This is Combat Platoon. Let's see what this is. Alright, so we have Rickless Morty, John God, Mr. Teriyaki Summer, and Overdose against Spy, Dake, Scratch, Dusk East, and Kryptos. So
it looks kind of pretty even, in my opinion. What do you think?
yeah, I mean, I think they're pretty even teams. One thing to note is a very, very close start here.
Ooh, and this giant hill.
Yeah, so Rickless Morty's team is going to have a pretty big advantage here. If Overdose just turned around and waited for... Oh, someone's going to heal that guy. If Overdose just zooks this pile here, he could have a heap of damage. But instead he lobs and misses. So that's a testament to how good Overdose is. Meanwhile, we see Dake and Kryptos really far removed from the action here. And yeah.
Well, hopefully there's a regrouping. There should be.
Yeah, I mean, you're sort of pinched in this. Oh, am I gonna grenade myself? No. Yeah, it looks like you're getting the attention of all 4. Oh, is the lob gonna work? It does a little damage, I think. Oh, somebody just got fire-naded. Where the heck did that come from?
I think that might have been a friendly fire. Actually, looks like it.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I get there's no one else in that area, so wow, I don't know. Okay, things are just blowing up everywhere here. This is chaos. Spy's gonna kill somebody in the back. I'm still wondering what the heck that was.
Maybe it was a flanker. I think I was just trying to survive at that point.
Yeah, things have gone very, very wrong for the pink team, who I believe had every advantage in this game, but just through sheer will and determination, I think they're gonna lose. Yeah, and yeah, game's over.
That might have been Scratch looking at the damage, and then Spy says, "Nice job, Scratch." I wonder if that fire nade came from Scratch. I'm curious. That game almost needs to be played in like slow mode.
Yeah, I think yeah, I think we have enough time to see what the hell happened again. But
I am curious.
but yeah, I mean, this could have ended it right here, or it could have ended Spy at least if I had actually popped the pile. But you know, I'm just so bad.
We've all had those. Yeah, we've all had those moments.
But yeah, so it happened around here, I think. I'm just gonna speed it up a little. Okay, well, let me get a better angle. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, so there's just Summer, Mr. Teriyaki.
Is someone behind?
Oh, yeah, this is me,
Spy or Scratch maybe that got behind them?
John God, and you. And then this is,
I felt like I was front man, but maybe someone was flanking.
well, we see Spy and Rickless Morty fighting here.
Maybe it was Scratch. Maybe.
And then Spy is way back here. And then Scratch fighting Rickless Morty, so, but I mean, Scratch is so far away. I don't think that fire nade. Okay, it happens around here, right? Oh, there it is. Mr. Teriyaki. Hey. Okay, so that, yeah, it was Mr. Teriyaki. I don't know what he was. That was bizarre.
I don't think he understands the difference in the range factor. With the fire nades now.
Yeah, that was bizarre. I don't know what the purpose of that was.
But that was brutal. Changed the
Eliminated.
yeah. It just even though that friendly fire it took out one unit, it motivated the other team to to move, enabled them to move forward, etc.
Yeah, because especially because John God was like right here, and I think you were over here somewhere. Mr. Teriyaki was here. I think I was like here somewhere. So we had all the angles covered to shoot you, and then that accident happened. It all just fell apart. So I don't know what happened, but
And in other words, sort of
Game over.
he broke the wall. John God was the wall. He was holding the line, and then boom.
yeah, and that's why you don't play with fire, kids, because you'll end up burning somebody or yourself, or accidents happen. But sometimes the accident happens so severely that it doesn't even look like an accident, because from my point of view, that looked intentional, but I don't think it actually was. It was just a poorly thrown, a poorly timed fire nade. So who knows?
Yes.
But anyway, those are the the 7 sort of larger 2-team games that we had. I guess almost a month ago now. That's all I got for now. Do you have any concluding remarks?
Not so much. I mean, we just kind of wanted to run through these real quick, and yeah, just a reminder: these games happen spontaneously sometimes. Like, these are maybe not the best quality games that that we've played, but it, yeah, yeah, just to get on, 6 players in the game, or even more than that, is it can really be some good quality games and a fun time. So yeah, maybe not the highest quality games that we've casted, but um, yeah, just a reminder, like, this stuff happens spontaneously. So yeah, and when watching, just hop on into stuff. Yeah, enjoy the games. They can happen anytime.
Yeah, and I would say that back in the day, people would just sit idly in the lobby and just kind of be zombies in the lobby. Nowadays, people are even too lazy to do that. They just, go to gatastorms.net and see what the lobby looks like from Google Chrome, or whatever web browser you use. So, even though I would make the argument that people not sitting in the lobby actually decreases the chances of games happening. If you at the very least just poke your head onto datastorms.net, see, you know, what kind of games are going on, I think that'll help increase the chances of more games happening. So definitely, see the status of the server, and hopefully we'll get some more games soon. But until then, take care, and we'll see you next time.